Hi everyone, I hope you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, build a CoinsKid group. So right now, yesterday, Bitcoin put in a whopping ABC correction here, didn't it? At this point, people become really fearful. Look at that rollover there. But you found a key level support and you start to come back up. Look at the resistance there. Like I said to you, that's a really important trend line right now of a key level resistance. So all of this here could still be the handle, basically. And you have got a quite a nice little pattern there. I'm going to show you. Basically, you've got this big base and you ran into resistance and you're coming back, okay, like this. If you break that resistance, I would expect a nice little breakout here and especially a retest of this trend line. Okay, because what I think you're doing here for Bitcoin is extremely bullish. Whenever people are fearful, whenever people are doubtful, okay, you're creating a really nice, big bullish pattern here. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at on the 8-hourly time frame just there. You're possibly creating, and again, no guarantees, is a massive W double bottom pattern here for Bitcoin. Okay, running to resistance, coiling up, and then you get resistance. And like I said to you, compression leads to expansion, but you compress into the upside, so you're going to get some kind of break. Hopefully, again, no guarantees. This is why I said to you yesterday, this trend line, come to your charts, draw this trend line, because this is a really important level of support at the moment that Bitcoin's holding ascendingly, and which is bullish, basically. I've seen these patterns a million times. They're the same at the top. When you hit the top and you're coming down, you're compressing. That's called price compression, descending triangle, capitulation, basically. You drop out of it. And here you're doing exactly the opposite of it. You're coiling up for some kind of move to the upside for me, basically. One way that we won't be is if you start to close below this trend line, because you're losing this ascending level of support. Do you understand? So, yesterday there was a big sell-off, wasn't there? And everyone would have been panicking, thinking we're going to come down and sweep these lows, but we're not. We're slowly but surely coming up the stairs here, creating nice little patterns. And I'm not just seeing it on Bitcoin, I'm seeing it on a lot of charts, okay? And again, please remember, no guarantees. So this particular double M top pattern, look at that as a monster ABC. I don't even think you can meet that with a fibs, to be honest with you. So that's your fib from there to there. You can see, wow, just massive sell-off, okay, really big correction, in a matter of hours from the top all the way down, around about 5%, okay, so it's doing okay, Bitcoin's doing okay. So what I'm going to say to you right now is that, potentially we've held a higher low, and what you're doing on the grand scheme of things is what you've got is a high, and you've got this low, and you came down, you made this low here, and then you've come up and you've effectively made a lower high, given the wicks, okay, but what you're doing, you're closing, and you're running into this level of resistance. Do you see this? Which is here and here. So right now you've got a beautiful pattern here, potential inverse head and shoulders pattern, and another in ascending triangle, which is a bullish sort of coiling up pattern. And like I said to you, price compression leads to expansion. So you could effectively say, okay, we've got this trend line right here for Bitcoin, and what we're doing, we're coiling up like this. See this? Ascending triangle, coiling up. You're going to get some kind of reaction. Now, if you roll, obviously, you come back down. You want to see that trend line held. But if you don't, if you actually break out here, wow, you could be in a massive move here for Bitcoin over the next sort of few days, and it would be from here all the way down to here, okay, and you can see how you could come up and retest that trend line. Now, if you do get rejected on that trend line, okay, don't panic, because I think what you're doing here, you've got a massive W double bottom pattern coiling up over a long period of time. So at the minute, like I said to you, it's all about this support, resistance, sorry, I do apologize, all about that high, most importantly this low, but this trend line here is really important for Bitcoin going forward. If you do start to break out here and come up, yay, and it runs into resistance and starts to come back, it needs to hold this trend line, okay, because you're creating a series of higher lows here, which is bullish. You're coiling up, you're sort of compressing for some kind of reaction, and for me this is a very bullish accumulation pattern that I'm seeing right now for Bitcoin, okay, but again, no guarantees. I wish everyone the most utmost luck in the world, okay, but what trade am I in right now? So basically I'm not in a trade at the minute. I missed this yesterday. I was looking for this drawback and to break this trend line, because I was anticipating some kind of little cup here and handle like this. Let me show you. There's a potential cup and handle pattern like that, coming back into support, coming back like this. This is still potentially the handle like this, okay. You've got some kind of little channel that you're coming back in. So for me, what I'm going to do is look for the break of confirmation. I think if we break this trend line here, I'm going to go long, and I'm going to short it. I'm going to short it there. I'm going to take my profit there. Do you understand? Because I think if we do break out here, everyone will be expecting follow through. But what I think we might do is just over quite a long period of time here is form some kind of bullish accumulation pattern on a massive ascending triangle, which is what you always see at the foot of the mountain. And this is what we need to see going forward. And we need to see this low hold for Bitcoin, because if it does, we could have nailed the bottom and the timeline, okay? Not necessarily price action, which I do apologise about, but the timeline, we could have nailed it, okay? As a community right there, we could have nailed it, and there were lots of indicators pointing to that being the bottom. But obviously what we need to see going forward is follow through, okay, for Bitcoin. So for me, this is a key level resistance for Bitcoin. Let me show you right now. I do think if you break that, you've got a minimal long up to that, where I would TP. So it's not a massive trade, right about 7%, which is not bad, but TP at that, take profit on your long, and then short it, okay, short it, because I think that what you might get is a break resistance, okay, run into that and start to come back, and everyone's going to get really fearful again. But all you're doing is creating a monster W double bottom pattern like this, coiling up price compression over a long period of time, you know, whenever it is, and you're going to pop to the upside. That's basically what I'm seeing at the moment. You know, for this actual play to be validated right now, we have to hold this low, and most importantly, this trend line going forward, because at any point, if we do start to lose this trend line, then this larger sort of W double bottom pattern where we're coiling up like this will be invalidated, and we are going to start to lose it and come in for a deeper retracement back down to this low. And you know, that retracement to that low has to hold. It's so important, because if it doesn't, it's not confirming that that was the bottom, you know, and our bottom's out the window basically, you know, that we've found last month. So that's basically Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that little update. But right now, like I said to you, there's a potential trend line here like that. You're calling up. You break that resistance, you've got a lovely little long up to that level there. Close it, take profit, and then short it back down to that level of support just there for Bitcoin. Okay, that's basically Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that update. All this can be done on Bybit. The link is in each and every single video description. Take care, everyone. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.